welcome to this guitar tutorial for Tom Misch's version of Isn't She Lovely. He released it on the album Geography, and it's a really nice arrangement of the classic Stevie Wonder tune, and I thought I'd learn it and show anyone who wants to know how to play it. So basically it starts on this chord here. So you've got on the 5th, the 3rd and the 2nd string with your middle ring and pinky, you're in the 4th fret. Those are the sounds there, and then your index finger is on the 4th string and the 2nd fret. So that's the first chord. Now the plucking and the rhythm of the plucking for the whole song is interesting. So basically it's got this kind of very percussive finger plucking and slapping the strings, and so I'll sort of play like a little bit of the rhythms he uses and then try and break it down. So it might sound something like this. So basically the different techniques you can use like you're picking all the strings, like a short pick where you release the pressure from your playing fingers, so your left hand, really quickly after you've plucked them, so it's a staccato. And you've also got this percussive slap of the strings, so that's just kind of like a relaxed hand position, hitting the strings into the fretboard. And then there, so if I was going to slow that down, there's sort of percussive muted plucks of the individual strings. So there, just as a pickup, you kind of go, with the pressure off your left hand, you get this sound here. So how it fits is, and it often serves in the song as a pickup into the next chord. So I might as well point out the next chord while I'm here. So you've got on the 6th and 4th string, your index and middle finger, and then you've got your index finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and your pinky finger is in the 4th fret of the 2nd string. So that's the sound there. Now what he plays here is really kind of complicated. So the finger picking goes from the last chord. So if I'm going to slow that down, it goes. So basically it's like a hammer up bass, so you just go open. So it's all kind of filling in these rhythms with different percussive elements on the guitar. So the pickup serves as like a division of the rhythm. And then you pluck up and mute and hit the bass again. Then the next time you sort of have to get the same pluck but get a percussive slap on the strings as well. So, and then you have one of those pickups. And then a bass string, and then plucking again. So how it goes is, anyway, you can play around with that, play around with the different techniques. It's pretty loose, and it just is, hopefully something there helps you get more in touch with like the vibe of the song and the rhythm. So back to the chords. So we go. Now you go up to this chord here. So you're barring the 7th fret. Sorry. You're not barring the 7th fret. Your thumb is on the 7th fret of the top string here, and then you've got 7, 6, and 5 going down on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings with your other fingers. That's the sound there. So you play that chord for a bit, for 1 bar, and then you go to this shape here. So you're barring the 6th fret with your index finger, middle finger's on the 7th fret of that 5th string, your ring finger is on the 2nd string and the 7th fret, and then your pinky hammers up from where you're barring the 6th fret onto the 8th fret of that string. Sorry. So it sounds like. So in context, I'll play the whole thing. And now here, leading back into where it loops, you bar the 4th fret with your index finger, and then on the 6th fret you initially have on the 3rd and 2nd strings your ring and pinky finger, and they end up sliding down. So you do 1 pluck here, and then you slide down just those 2 fingers a fret before returning here. So this is the whole thing. It continues. doesn't quite loop. And now here, you can just play the same chords again to get back into the bit where in the Stevie Wonder song it's like, I never thought. But a really nice way to do it that I saw in the jam is he goes like this. So playing all the way into that new part. So if I'm going to break that down, essentially you go from this chord here to there, and now you go barring the 2nd fret, however you want to do that. I personally like to do it with my middle on the top and then my ring on the bottom fingers. You hit that 2nd fret once, up to the 4th fret, up to the 5th fret, now back to this chord, and now to this original chord here, except without the hammer. And in that one you're hitting the 2nd to top string as the bass note. Now, so after one pluck with that as the bass note, go to the open top string as the bass note. So it sounds. Now you go into like another 2-5-1 kind of measure where you've got. So go on the top string, the 4th and the 3rd strings in the 7th fret, and your index finger. So, and then your index finger is on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So that for just one pluck. Now you bar the 6th fret with your index finger and hit the top string open. And now into this shape here, which is a 5th fret with your middle and index on the 2nd and top string, and then the 6th fret on the 2 middle strings with your other fingers. So how that goes slowly is. Now, so yeah, so you play that chord, I never thought. So, and then you go back into the same rhythm. Now here there's a really nice bit that sounds like this. So essentially it's the same movement as you had before in the verse, except on this one it's a bit more prolonged and you don't go down after one pluck. So how you do it is you leave your pinky off and then you finger roll the shape and then hammer up with your pinky before hitting the bottom string and then the 2nd to bottom string again. So it goes, and you have a slap in the middle there. Then again you slide your fingers down and do the same. And then you're back to here. And then even on this shape here you can hit that open bottom string as well. It sounds really nice. Yeah, so that's basically it. And then you can go to the same chord back up here, and then to an E major down the bottom, or if you want you can keep playing that one, or just, and then you do the riff that everyone knows. An alternate way to play these 2 chords is you start you don't even really need your index finger, you're just focusing on the 5th string and the bottom 3 strings. So you start there and you're just kind of hitting that bottom string occasionally, then you slide down 1 fret and play it again, and then you slide down another fret. So it's this chromatic kind of sliding down which acts really nicely in the context of the song. So how that sounds is. Now back up to that chord there, and then you're back to where you were. So it's just a different way to play it if you'd prefer to do that, and something that he uses a bit in the track. So yeah, that's basically it. Hopefully this has helped you, and I look forward to hearing from anyone, any feedback, and if they want to hear another tutorial. So yeah, thanks for watching.